Oh, we got to 10 minutes. Okay, perfect. Oh, the game looks beautiful, dude. Look at the game, bro. It looks amazing.
Mid combo, there is assists, but it isn't just a forward assist or a back assist for, like, you know, the 2 assists your character gets. No, you can actually keep that assist button held down and run in with them. No joke. It's one of the coolest things to have, like, your character running and your assist is running as well, and you can sort of delay that assist by doing a charged assist and holding the attack. It's super sick looking. And then obviously handshake tag. We talked about how the tag stuff sort of works like Power Rangers, and then there's some pretty interesting, you know, mechanics that are there to get you back into the fight if you lose your other character, and it's called Last Stand, and it's when you're below 50% life on your last character, you get access to your assist again. Like, your character didn't die completely, your secondary one. Your assist can come back and do a really big assist called Last Stand, and it takes a long time to return. It takes like 10 seconds. But
so it's like Limit Break from wait, what? Is it not like Limit Break then? Because like in fighters, if you're the last character alive, you get like a 30% damage boost or some shit, or 25 or something. That's why like comebacks are so, like, they happen a lot in fighters.
It's just something that allows you a little bit of a comeback factor if you are down a character. And the final
it's a comeback mechanic,
is
but
dynamic save, which acts like pretty much a burst, right? Pretty much a traditional Guilty Gear burst. If you use it, it uses up this green gauge at the top of the UI, and that gauge returns over time if you're like offensive or you're getting beat up or as time progresses. This thing just blows up, and you know the opponents go flying away, but it can be blocked.
God, the game is so fast-paced.
I'm pretty sure you can get a punish after
the League of Legends fighting game,
fashion to something like a Guilty Gear. So there is a complete like burst bait mechanic going on here, where if you see the opponent's going to burst, you can properly do something about it if you know it's going to happen. Whew. Okay, I think that's pretty much it. That's all like the movement and offensive and defensive and tag things that are in the game.
The cell shading looks really nice.
But guess what? There's actually a ton more, because before you even get to the point of a character select screen in Project L, in this current version of the game, there is an entire groove system the game sets up, which is called fuses. So these are specific gameplay mechanics that'll apply to your team that you have to choose before character select. And yes, they.
So it's like what's that thing in League where you like pick the little thingies, little passives and stuff before you fight? I can't remember what the hell it's called. It's like something. I don't remember what it is, but it's something in League where you like pick the little passives and like loadouts and stuff.
A group select in something like Capcom versus.
Quality just dropped, bro. Like, what are you doing? Oh, wow. There's a lot of quality options up here. Runes, yep.
SNK2. Let me give you an example of the 4 that are available in the game right now. One is double assist, where your assist attack can actually get a follow-up attack depending on whatever character you have, which will set up for even more daring like block strings and mix-up situations. You get something that is called double down, which acts pretty much like a delayed hyper combo in a Marvel vs. Capcom game, where if you want to like use a level 1 on a character into a level 2 of the next character, it'll allow you to properly DHC, because the game does not normally set up for that. There's also the ability to have your character be out there and throw out a super, and you can handshake tag to the other character while the super is still out. So this very much reminds me of
4K. That's just gonna cook my computer. Maybe it will.
Of a Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. I'm going to mix you up while there's a big beam on the screen or something like that. That's kind of what they want it to be used
the game
for,
looks
at least
amazing.
It feels that way. So that is all included in the double down sort of fuse. And then the other one is a thing called freestyle. And freestyle allows you to do handshake tag twice.
Twice?
You set up a mix-up. You get to the other side of the opponent.
It's a thing you can just pick. What? So that's what the tag thing twice was. It's a rune you can pick.
You're controlling the other character on the opposite side of the opponent. You throw some big combo out or some big block string into like a big move and handshake back to the other character, and you have no shit a Soul Stone / Marvel vs. Capcom 1 situation where the opponent is locked in between with two characters on each side, and you're just getting smashed to bits.
You can be fighting. You can use a combo. Tag like literally right here. Like, let's say you throw out a move right here, you tag to the other side, and you can tag back. That shit is crazy.
If there was one moment in Project L that left me with a giddy sort of schoolgirl glee about what I'm looking at on the screen.
Dang, that mix is gonna be crazy.
I could not believe what I was looking at.
That's gonna be some nasty mix.
The least interesting fuse, in my opinion, which is probably one of the most effective ones, is called Fury, and it gives you at 40% life for your character, a bonus of stats. From what I remember, it was like damage, if not allowed you to do more defense or something like that.
Okay.
So it was kind of like a rage mechanic for your team if you wanted that to be so. So yeah, that's okay. I think I'm actually
so crazy.
done.
What's
right?
crazy?
I'm 13
Wait, you thought I was playing League, Sumo? What's the issue?
Describing the basic mechanics of Project L.
You thought I was on League or something? What's the issue,
my
Sumo?
impressions of what's going on here and the roster and the characters, which is obviously like we're gonna see a lot on these characters in the roster.
I know the thing about this game.
With Darius
still, I'm going to like. You're gonna like it. Trust me. You're gonna like it.
You know,
it has no command inputs, but
solid. It feels like
this game is crazy.
Well, Ari and Echo took a little while to get used to. Ari's kind of like the Wolverine of the game.
Oh my
in many
god,
ways. She's got a lot of unique tools. We're going to be seeing
more
of these characters, and Echo's
a
ridiculously crazy.
We tagged in.
To wrap your head around.
Damn.
But still a pretty decent beginner character.
I just hope they have. I just want to play Yone. I hope they have Yone on launch.
We're going to have a lot of opportunities to do that in the future.
I really do hope they have Yone.
About overall impressions. And yes, from what we had played and what I just explained to you for 13 straight minutes,
ultimate.
It's a lot, bro. There's a lot of stuff in this game that is feeling like it's directly made for
the game looks beautiful now
players,
compared to what we've seen last year. I mean, it still looked good, but now it's crazy polished.
Come across as something that is for.
It looks like the game's actually starting to get finished.
And for any of us, we see these things and you see the potential, you see the possibility, and you see where they go. And yeah, through several people at the event and through myself getting used to the control scheme of the game and everything, you start discovering stuff, and it's very fun. What they're trying to do with all of these mechanics is give you an immediate surface level depth, like absolute laundry list slash
playing Grand Blue later tonight,
things
more
that are possible. And this isn't even including the depth of the characters, where some characters all have like universal overheads, and then some don't, and then some characters sort of have these things that work this certain way, and then some don't. Where there isn't this like sort of homogenous feel throughout every single character in the roster. There's basic combos that work for everybody for sure. However, currently in the game,
are you that big, jumping that high?
Okay, so how do we ease people into it? If you mash the tag button,
it's fast as hell too.
What the thing happened, and then the other character comes in. You have to manually set up for all this wild shit, and then eventually figure out how to do supers. And yeah, every character sort of had 2 level 1 supers and a level 2 super, which acts like a big, Marvel vs. Capcom level 3. So it's fascinating, and I have to say that it does take a while to sort of wrap your head around it. And as we were playing it and figuring out stuff the characters could do, I couldn't help but sort of be taken back by how
I don't know.
intrinsically fighting game player focused all of this
is. Darius looks
and
crazy,
it is
bro.
Kind of refreshing
this dude
to
is
see
crazy.
A fighting game go completely ham.
Tagged in a super
and all of this stuff.
Oh, he missed.
I kind of wouldn't be surprised to see some of this stuff toned
usually,
down.
Usually in fighters, like you do a combo, you tag in, that's the end of the combo. But for whatever reason in this game, you do a combo, do a super, tag someone in after the super, and keep going. What the fuck is this? Like.
And as we were
look at this
and figuring out stuff the characters could do,
okay, well, after this,
help but
here it goes.
Be taken back by how intrinsically
like Darius does his combo
player focused all
after
of
he
this
tags
is.
in Echo,
and while it is
after he does his super,
refreshing to see a fighting game go completely ham.
Tags in Echo, wall bounce
stuff.
He missed it though.
I kind of wouldn't be surprised to see some of this stuff toned down, because this is a degenerate game. It is a game where you are going to get opened up non-friggin' stop. And especially when people start getting used to this handshake tag stuff, like constantly mixing between left and right. If anybody has seen Power Rangers, bro, if you've seen
left-right mix gonna be crazy, since you can double tag. That's crazy.
It is very similar in Project L. So there's a lot of crazy mix-up opportunities that happen almost like haphazardly 3 every second. That I'm like, who's blocking this stuff, man? Who is even going to block this stuff?
Honestly,
you would think, okay, you got defensive mechanics though.
Gotta be Goichi or something.
In my experience, this game is like front-loaded with absolutely ballistic offense, but it does have a lot of defense.
He's hitting both of them.
The developers were pretty proud that there's a lot of defensive mechanics in the game.
There are happy birthdays in this game.
But it does.
Look at them. Both characters are getting hit there because he tagged in the assist, but He hit the assist.
Front-loaded with absolutely ballistic offense.
And it's both getting comboed. Yep. I mean, but you start healing though. Let's just start healing in the back.
It does have a lot of defense, and the developers were pretty proud that there's a lot of defensive mechanics in the game. And as we went over them, yeah, there certainly is. The biggest
I'm
issue
assuming
I
if he
have
tags
with
into the
defensive
assist,
mechanics in
he
Project
loses the
Bell
red
in its
life.
current state is
Just like
that
fighters.
all of it is kind of
Maybe, I
expensive.
don't know.
Everything that you do comes with a high risk, high reward, which is fun, which is something that the majority of fighting games should have. The biggest problem with this much offense is that it feels like you sort of get rolled over pretty quick. You're either rolling over the opponent or they're rolling over you super hard every once in a while. So it can kind of feel hard to get people off of you because not every single character has a DP or like a universal just get off me tool. You see this in a lot of other like 2v2 fighting games, BlazBlue Cross Tag, if not a
I don't even know what half of these UIs do.
Like universal like DP.
I don't know what this symbol does. I think it's the rune that they pick at the start of the match or something.
Situation, albeit they're super unsafe on block. This game doesn't really have that. And while the retreating guard is good, it does still leave you susceptible to lows.
I've been for 13 years and I was going to keep going.
The push block
I already know this game's going to do good. At the moment, there's literally like no way it does bad.
So I do
unless they just like
between all the defensive mechanics that are in the game currently, that something isn't kind of high risk, high reward.
It's been a long time since I see Riot Games fail.
High risk, high reward. I would like
Riot Games doesn't usually fail, bro. They cook.
Right. Or even a high risk, low reward situation. Because yeah, it feels like you get mauled sometimes, especially when you're playing against people that are pretty good.
She's
you gotta
fast.
Really block out all
Ari's
stuff.
fast.
And I don't think that the situation that Dragon Ball FighterZ was presented with, which is like this optional like parry, and then you just kind of got to block out all these wild and block strings. As much as that game is fun, I don't think that's
the only confirmed characters so far are Echo, Ari, Darius, Jinx, Laoi, and Katarina. That's it. I don't think we've seen Katarina gameplay at all. I don't think we've seen a single bit of Katarina.
Part of the game that
unless it was on another
really
dev video
as being like a huge positive about Dragon Ball FighterZ. I think push block.
I'd have to check. I'll check after
that
this.
Just feels good in big versus games and stuff. If not, things that just push the opponent away from.
Yeah, I feel like Yasuo is gonna be on launch. That's a fan favorite, popular character. I'm pretty sure Yasuo is gonna be there.
If the green bar at the top is eventually used for anything else. But if we're talking about all my other impressions of the game,
Tag Fighters are fun
though. If we're talking about the things that I love about it,
this game is crazy now though.
When you first jump in,
it's crazy because originally they said the game was gonna be a single player game, but not single player, 1v1s. But they changed halfway through development for tag
games is how
tag team.
And when you eventually get to all these tag mechanics and how the game functions and how specials feel and how your normals feel and do they all properly combo into really good ways. Granted, I don't think Project L is coming out anytime soon. There still is no announcement of a beta or anything like that.
What is that mix? So, oh my god, look at that.
And do they all
Dude, did you see that?
Properly combo into really good ways.
Granted, look at this.
I don't think Project L is coming out.
He's on the other side. Oh my god. He's right here. What is this mix? What the fuck?
All these tag mechanics
and he
and
went
how the game
back.
Functions and how specials feel and how
hell no,
feel
bro.
And do they all properly combo
Who's blocking this though?
Granted, I don't think Project L is coming out anytime soon. There still is.
You see on the right side?
Beta or anything
tags
like
back. Oh my god! Well, not even tag. He's reverse time.
That functionality to this game from this crew making this game has nailed it, and the characters do feel really dope. I got some minor grievances with some special attacks don't feel super special on some characters, but for the most part, does this game feel crunchy or weird or weighted? Do I have any issues of like movement or anything like that? No. I'm actually very happy with that. And what kind of a crazy tag.
Wait, let me see that one more time. Hold on.
No.
He jumped over in reverse time. Yep.
Very happy with that.
You grab him?
And what
I think that was a grab.
Kind of a crazy tag game they're making.
Really cool as fighters.
Much happier
is Silas the one with the little lightning
than a 1v1 game.
Where do you even block?
Another huge point of praise that
it's
I gotta
super fast paced like fighters. But this game is like fighters on crack.
Like just yet, but it's great. It's got a simple style. It uses quote unquote "Let's Go" as a primer and like a jumping point for your characters and the character select screen. The music sounded great.
Now Ari looks really cool.
The visuals on the backgrounds and stages, as well as the characters themselves, is pretty much what I wanted a Marvel vs. Capcom to be
since
forever, bro.
And she not done? She tagged in.
The art style. They've come
wall
up with
bounce.
Something that's
he keeps
very
missing.
Much in between what ArcSys does.
Half his health gone.
Other proper 2D fighting games.
This game, I feel like this game is gonna turn into a TOD game eventually. Once people like figure out like optimized combos and shit.
I think they've done a
because
fantastic
they're already doing
job
half health
on
combos.
The more polished characters, especially with like Echo, Ari.
It is
and
100%.
Darius. So I think the best looking character in the game right now is Echo. I just can't believe how great his secondary animations are and the way everything feels and looks. It's so good. And Darius has a huge amount of weight and impact to his attacks. I am not concerned about how dope the characters are going to look in this game and how they're going to feel.
It? Oh hell no!
So far, with every single character that's
gonna be a complex character. He probably definitely will come to the game.
Nailed it. It's very exciting, and the good part is that the devs were super open to feedback. Granted, this is going to be a big esports game eventually, and we know that, but they 100%. Have been saying time and time again that we have to make a great game first before it's becoming an esport. So they get it. It's obvious that these devs understand that they're looking for like high-level feedback even at this point in the game, where they're still figuring out systems and how things work. And we were able to be honest and truthful about how we felt about a lot of this stuff.
Dude, nobody has a DP. That's the crazy part.
That kept popping up every once in a while when we were talking to people.
You're gonna be blocking for 10 years. So, yeah, they have to add DPs.
How all this
There's
stuff
no way
rolls out. Do not anticipate we're going to be seeing this thing coming out anytime soon, and they are still figuring out the core system mechanics, if not obviously what the heck the roster and all that stuff is going to be, which is going to be super exciting in the future.
They're going to show a new character at EVO is what they said,
I can't keep talking your guys' ear off. There's going to be so much more footage and even more stuff that I can talk about at a later date, so stay tuned. We'll be covering Project L extensively.
Damn. What a game. This game is going to be crazy, man. Like, this game is going to be crazy, bro. Riot Games always has people on a choco, but, like, it's just the beginning. They about to take the fighting community, too. They already took they already took half a CSGO community. Oh, man. Okay, let's open up Tekken. I think the beta started. It should have started by now. Damn, that's crazy, bro. And it's free too. Oh my god. And there's no command inputs too. Oh my god. Everybody's gonna be on that shit. That shit gonna be crazy, bro. What a Mac boy. Mac man boy.